Flip My Florida Yard is brought to you by the Florida Department of Environmental Protection. Protecting Florida's environment starts with you. What you do in your yard can have an impact on the health of our environment and water resources.
Welcome to Flip My Florida Yard. On today's episode, we head to West Palm Beach. It's here we meet a single mom who's working hard to find a balance between her life and her landscape.
Once upon a time, it was a beautiful landscape. Then I came along with 3 kids.
On this episode, we help a single mom realize her dream of a Florida-friendly landscape.
Can we get this done today?
You have the A team here.
We use a new product for a front yard patio.
This is a Endicott clay brick,
Yeah.
timeless. You're not gonna get a better product.
And then we learn the benefits of smart irrigation.
As an irrigation professional, I'm passionate about how we're going to use this water.
We drill down on plants for a low-maintenance yard.
Make sure that you have the right plant for the right place so that you are able to have a healthy, happy yard.
We'll show you how to save water with your irrigation system.
It just connects us to our water
Yeah,
use.
it's the next generation of technology.
Then it's some nursery do's and don'ts.
Let's think about actually going in and making sure we're choosing the right plant for the right place.
And then some ideas on what to do with all that yard waste.
We generate a lot of yard waste, most yards do.
We install some new turf that's just hitting the market.
I mean, this is some of the nicest grass that I feel like we've worked with here on the show. Remove your glasses.
Then the big reveal.
I love it! Oh my goodness!
All this and more on Flip My Florida Yard.
We're knocking on doors
So excited!
and flipping yards into beautiful Florida-friendly landscapes, and all in 8 hours.
Is this really happening? Who's ready?
Organized chaos.
Experts show us how to use Florida-friendly landscaping principles.
Putting the right plant in the right place.
Water efficiently.
Very low maintenance.
Fertilize appropriately.
All leading up to a dramatic reveal.
The best surprise of our whole life.
How we feeling? Hey, we're here in West Palm, and we're here to flip a yard. You guys ready? Hey guys, we're here. Come on out. Come on out. Mom, how we feeling?
We are very excited.
We are the Mraz family!
I'm a single mom of 3 children, one with special needs, and working full time. There are points that it's overwhelming. Once upon a time, it was a beautiful landscape when I bought the home, and it was well manicured, and then I came along with 3 kids. I think all the neighbors would be really relieved if I was not the eyesore at the end of the street. So we've got a few problems in the yard. We have broken sprinklers, so nothing gets watered. We have weeds that are too numerous to count. It looks like an abandoned lot. The front yard now we call the sandbox because of the pit that my kids continually dig in.
My friend brings me to school and her yard's a lot better than mine. Just don't look at my front yard, please.
She's so embarrassed by the spotty nature of our front lawn. This yard flip will change our lives because it'll make this house finally a home.
I mean, you signed up for this. What are you thinking right now?
It's surreal. It's unbelievable that it's actually here and that all these people are here. I'm so grateful. They're gonna make this mama's life a lot easier.
Peyton, what are you excited about, buddy?
Flip my Florida yard.
Flip My Florida Yard. Are we excited about Flip My Florida Yard? We're gonna flip this yard today, but to do that, we gotta get you out of here. Is you ready to go?
Yes.
All right, let's go. All right, everybody in there, everybody buckled up. You know where you're going?
Jonathan Dickinson.
Oh, you guys are gonna have a great day.
Sounds great.
All right, bye-bye, Leah. Okay, guys, bring it in, bring it in, bring it in. Okay, the Mraz family just left. You know what that means? We have 8 hours to flip this Florida yard. You guys ready? Yeah. Okay, and go, 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 go. Okay, so let's get some perspective. Yesterday, we were able to come in here and take out a lot of this grass. Most of it was weeds, kind of a montage of all different types of grass. All that is gone. This is just kind of a jungle in here. This is an example. We had a lot of wrong plants in the wrong place here. This is all gonna be replanted with Florida-friendly landscaping. A lot of volunteers from all over the community, a lot of master gardeners here helping us out today. This is in the early stages of what's going to be a pavered patio here. We're going to give this family a whole new irrigation system that's going to save them a lot of water. How we doing, guys? We doing good? Woo! I love the energy. We got a lot to do. I mean, we're an hour in. We got a lot done so far, right?
Yeah, we are rocking and rolling today. We're a bunch of go-getters here in Palm Beach County.
Flip designer Wyatt Richardson from Haverland Nursery goes over a few design features for today's flip.
Wyatt, tell us about this family.
Yeah, great family. She's really looking for something new and fresh, but low maintenance. She loves the wildlife. She gets many birds and butterflies visiting her, so we'll be sure to incorporate a lot of that into this design.
Tell me about some of the design features in today's flip.
We're starting on the middle island here behind us. What was there before was very outgrown, so we're gonna just completely refresh the space.
To help attract wildlife, we're replacing her overgrown island with Florida-friendly plants.
Had a lot of wrong plants in the wrong place.
Yeah.
We're coming back in. How important is that right plant, right place?
It is amongst the most essential rules in landscaping, especially here in Florida. You definitely want to make sure you put the right plant in the right place, because you never know if that plant's gonna really thrive or take off, get too big for your space.
A patio made out of clay brick pavers will create a central area for the family to congregate and for mom to watch the kids play.
We're incorporating a nice little sitting space. We're gonna put a bench down. We're gonna work with our extension agents who provided some sensory plants for us. Visually appealing, smells good too at the same time.
And then for the kids, a sandbox is being installed right next to the new patio.
The wildlife that's going to be in this front yard, we're going to have this seating area, a sandbox, a lot of reasons for this family to be in that front yard together.
It's definitely a highly utilizable yard for sure. Yeah, there's plenty of room for everybody to enjoy themselves.
Can we get this done today?
You have the A team here. We're rocking and rolling, we're getting going, we're planting a lot right now. It's been going very well so far. We have a lot of hands helping us out today.
I want to see an area that I can sit in and hang out and actually watch the kids play.
Quite a bit of progress so far, Mike.
Very much so. We're really moving.
Mike Massey from Palm Beach Contractor Services shows me a new paver product we're installing today.
When it comes to a paver project, what would you say is inside or outside of the bounds of a DIY?
We say here that once you get past the little, small walkways or little pads, that's when we really need to call the professionals and we get in here and go and get to work.
Let's talk about this product, though. I mean, I've never seen anything like this. Tell me, what is this?
So this is a Endicott clay brick, timeless. You're not going to get a better product.
Clay versus what?
That's a concrete.
Versus concrete.
Yeah, just an aggregate concrete mix that's going to fade. They add color. This is a true clay brick, so you will not get any fading on that.
Well, and talk about the shine on there. Like, what is that?
So that's an iridescence. That is actually made. That will never go away.
So typically you're going to find pavers that have a lug that's visible on the surface. This is just on the side, so when it's down like this, you'll see just a true size of the brick. It makes it look much more traditional, old-fashioned, a traditional paver you see in the streets from 100 years ago.
We've used clay before, but it typically has more of a dull finish, but this really has that glisten to it.
It really does. The way they flash these and put them in kilns, there's actually little tiny bits of manganese in here, and it's a very hard brick, and you're just not going to get any chips and cracks, and this is it's a great product. We're very excited about it.
Awesome, sir. Thanks for being out here.
Thank you very much.
All right. If you want to save water, the best place to start, your irrigation system.
There's a lot more to an irrigation system than just throwing out water on the grass.
I caught up with Philip Heisey to learn about irrigation technology. You know, our smartphones help us with all aspects of our life, and now it can even run your irrigation system. With these new smart systems, you have full control of your irrigation system in the palm of your hand.
With this, a homeowner can be anywhere in the world. If they have connectivity via Wi-Fi, they can see their irrigation system and what it's doing. They can see everything from, if we got rain that day, they can see the forecast for this area based off of this app. And
these smart controllers are the brains behind the smart system. Unlike traditional irrigation controllers that operate on a preset program schedule and timers, smart irrigation controllers monitor variables such as weather and soil conditions to customize a watering schedule specifically for your yard.
How is this app, this technology saving water, Philip?
it's saving water because it has a forecast built into it. So we set it up where when they buy the house, we've already set it up with parameters. If it's an 80% chance of rain, the irrigation system isn't going to run. 50% of the water on your water bill is outdoor usage. By getting involved in knowing what their irrigation systems are using, not just seeing the box on the wall and letting it do its thing, but actually get involved and learn how to use it. As an irrigation professional, as somebody working in this industry, I'm passionate about how we're going to use this water.
If you use an irrigation system, I encourage you to listen to your landscape and only water when needed, and use technology to make it as water efficient as possible. There's a University of Florida extension agent in every county in Florida, making the landscaping information they have easily accessible, no matter where you live.
We're here to help people. We're here to provide a service to anyone that has questions, anyone that wants to know more about their landscape, their local environment. We're there to help people and be an extension of the university and giving those answers to people.
The Florida-Friendly Landscaping Program has 9 principles: right plant, right place, water efficiently, fertilize appropriately, mulch, attract wildlife, manage pests responsibly, recycle yard waste, reduce stormwater runoff, and protect the waterfront. Think of these principles as a roadmap to a low-impact, environmentally friendly landscape that will reduce pollutants going into our waters. All good things for Florida's environment.
The principles that we're focusing on today are water efficiently, attract wildlife, and recycle yard waste.
All right, just got our mulch delivered. This is coming along, it's looking good. They still have to put the border, but they've made a lot of progress. And then we're gonna do a nice pavered walkway. This island that was overgrown is gone. We have our plants in place. Still a lot to do, but we're getting close.
West Palm Beach County Extension Agent Kara Kruger talks about one of the most important Florida-friendly landscaping principles.
The very first principle for the Florida-Friendly Landscaping Program is right plant, right place.
Yes.
When you hear that, what comes to mind?
It's really about knowing your yard, knowing your garden, the light, the water needs of the plant, and making sure that you are setting yourself up for easier maintenance and the health of the plant in the long term.
What would be some signs of a plant that's in a wrong place?
You can see sunburn on plants that are in too sunny of an area, and you'll have decline. Plants that need a lot of water if they are in an area that doesn't get enough water. Or you could have nutrient deficiencies and you're having to apply fertilizer constantly, and so that's not good for the environment either. So we want to make sure that you have the right plant for the right place so that you are able to have a healthy, happy yard.
These are plants that have been chosen for this yard.
Yeah.
This one right here.
So this is Blue Days. It is a great plant for border planting, so at the edge of your beds. It'll get maybe 12 inches tall. It doesn't require too much maintenance. It's kind of mounding.
Yeah.
These beautiful blue flowers, people tend to want blue in their yards, and it's difficult to come by. This is a full sun to part shade plant. It doesn't require a whole lot of water. It's great for South Florida and Florida yards in general.
And tough.
It can handle a lot.
All right, now what do we have here? This one looks cool.
This is a very cool plant. This is blue-eyed grass, so it's a native plant, and this cultivar is actually called sassy grass. You can find it in pinelands, grasslands, and then also on the edges of wetland and marsh areas. So this prefers a little bit more water, but it is also drought tolerant. It can also be propagated and grown from seed. So it's a beautiful plant, super versatile, and it blooms heavily in the spring and then also into the summer.
Now what do we have here?
So here we have Begonia odorata alba. So it's a white flowering begonia. This one prefers shade. If you plant this in full sun, it's always going to be bleached out. It's never going to really be super full and healthy.
Yeah.
So if you have it in that shady area, you're going to get a happier, healthier, dark green, heavy flowering plant. And actually when planted in clusters and groups, the flowers are really fragrant at certain times of the day.
And this is part of that right plant, right place, like knowing where this plant needs to be.
Correct.
These plants are going to bring a lot of biodiversity, a lot of wildlife, a lot of pollinators.
Definitely Florida friendly.
All right, let's get these in the yard.
Cool.
While we're flipping the yard, the Mraz family is enjoying one of Florida's beautiful state parks.
Today we were with the Mraz family at Jonathan Dickinson State Park, and we're going to go see the observation tower and the Kimball Education Center.
We went up the Hope Mountain Observation Tower, and I was amazed by the view. I never knew that this even existed.
So over here we have the Intercoastal and Jupiter Island.
After we left the tower, we came over to the Elsa Kimball Education Center, and the kids are having a great time learning about all the different animals and becoming junior park rangers. I am aware of what happens in our front yard does affect places like Jonathan Dickinson State Park. I try to teach my children about our impact on the environment. When you're here, you feel connected to nature and you want to keep doing right by it. You take care of your earth and your earth will take care of you. Oh my goodness, what is happening in the yard? I am both nervous and extremely excited.
All right, let's get back to the flip. Watering efficiently comes in many forms, from using drought-tolerant plants to reducing turf area that requires watering, to updating your irrigation system for water efficiency. And that's what we're doing today.
We have drip line here. We're going to install this. Let me just show you how this works real quick. The pre-existing system was mostly a broadcast system, so it was a lot of excess watering. So what we did is we added in a drip line again to our middle island planting bed. Drip line's great because it's localized. So they have holes punched out about every 10 to 12 inches. All down this line, it's gonna gently drip out water, and it's gonna create localized watering to all of our root systems. So all these new plantings we have here are gonna get the exact amount of water that they need, and it's gonna go right to the source, right to the plant, give that plant success. This is gonna really focus on utilizing the right amount of water for each and every plant.
What else are we doing to save water in this landscape?
So what we're also doing is we're going a little bit of the extra mile. So we're gonna give her this smart system. Normal irrigation systems, you set them, you walk away, you forget about them.
Yeah.
This system here is weather censored, so when it is raining, it is gonna prevent that system from turning on. You can control it remotely. So even if she's not home, she can still control that. It really works into her overall goal of minimizing maintenance.
Well, and what I love about this is it almost kind of personalizes our water use. We're so connected to our phones, and now to have that water use on our phones.
Easy access.
Easy access. It makes it a little more real.
It's the next generation of technology for the landscaping industry. We're seeing more and more of this being used, and it's definitely the way to go.
So between the drip line, the smart controller, there's quite a bit of water savings here in this landscape,
Absolutely. Right? And we're localizing watering, so we really only have to water long enough to help these plants establish.
Yeah.
Easily done with her new system that we're gonna hook up for her.
One of my favorite weekend activities is to go to a garden center and pick out some new plants to add to my landscape. And probably you're a lot like me and do the same thing. I want to challenge you a little bit to go to the garden center with an intentional plan. Because oftentimes we go and we buy just what looks good and what we find to be pretty. But let's think about actually going in and making sure we're choosing the right plant for the right place. So let's think about bringing home only quality plants. If you're looking at a tree, try and get one with a strong, straight central leader. If you're looking at a shrub, try and get shrubs with, well-proportioned branches and that fill out the pot. For annuals or perennials, try not to get something that's too large for the container, and maybe something that doesn't have too many flowers open yet, because that way it'll establish quicker for you. Now, there's lots of resources to help you as well. You've got the folks at the garden centers to help. There's a lot of good knowledge there. Certainly the Cooperative Extension Office, who've got an office in every county of the state that can help as well. And the Florida Friendly Landscaping Program has an app, and you can get that at fflplantguide.com. Set yourself up for success by choosing only quality plants from the garden center.
All right, let's get back to the flip.
It's that time in the landscape when we're putting down mulch and we're getting close. Why is it one of the principles?
So mulch is really important for holding moisture in the soil so that you don't have to run the irrigation as much. It also helps keep weeds down, to make sure in Florida that you're not using cypress mulch. This is actually made from Melaleuca trees, an invasive species here in South Florida.
A great way to try to eradicate this, but a good way to kind of repurpose it, right?
Yeah.
It's spring now, we've got a lot of leaves falling. Talk about recycling some of that yard waste. Is that good mulch as well?
Letting that leaf litter be your natural mulch in your beds. If you can rake it in to kind of keep it tight instead of having to buy bagged mulch, you can use what's in your yard to do natural mulching. It's wonderful and it's great for the plants.
Mulch is good.
Mulch is fabulous.
All right, let's mulch.
We generate a lot of yard waste, most yards do.
Today, we're recycling yard waste by putting plants and grass we removed into an existing compost bin Leah had in her backyard. For your composting bin to work effectively, you need to frequently flip or stir your compost. And remember to keep your compost moist by adding water as needed.
Tom, almost all of our flips involve some kind of turf. Let's talk about the different types of grass that really can be used in the landscape here in Florida.
Sure, the major groupings that we have really are St. Augustine's probably the most frequently planted grass, but we also have zoysia, and there's numerous zoysia types we could plant. There's centipede if you're up in the panhandle, and then there's bahia, and those are probably the most common ones that are used.
Well, Tom, let's talk about the grass that's going in today. We've never worked with this.
Well, I'm really excited that we're able to showcase Citra Blue. Citra Blue is a new selection of St. Augustine grass. It's a terrific grass because it's got this bluish cast to it.
So it looks like St. Augustine. What's different about this in St. Augustine?
It's a little lower growing than some of the other St. Augustines. It's quite drought tolerant once it's established. It's also very tolerant of numerous diseases out there. It grows well in full sun, but it has some good shade tolerance too. So a lot of really nice applications.
Seems to be growing out a little bit more than up.
A little more horizontal growing, so maybe a little less mowing.
This is just coming on the market. Can we get this?
It's getting to be in enough quantities now where people can find this at their various sod producers.
Citra Blue, the latest and greatest from University of Florida. All right, this stuff's not gonna lay itself. You ready?
I think so.
Grab that
Let's do it.
Yep.
With the major items in place, we add in a few finishing touches.
Once this pallet goes in, we are so close.
For the kids, we installed a sandbox and sensory plants and pots for the kids to explore. Then, a bird feeder and bath to help attract wildlife.
Peyton and Ellie are gonna love this. It's got nice, clean sand in it that they can play in and have a good time. And when they're done with it, check this out. Kind of folds up. I think they're gonna love this.
So the goal was to keep diversity in our native plantings. So that's definitely the best thing you can have as far as attracting wildlife is biodiversity. Nobody wants to eat the same thing every day, you know? So we have a little bit of everything for the birds. So we have our sea grape that make a nice little fruit. Our Dalhoun holly tree makes a nice little fruit. We have other plantings in here too that attract our butterflies and bees. Again, beneficial pollinators.
Well, we got our sensory garden going here. Kids love touching things, grabbing things, smelling things. This is gonna be that space for them to do that. A lot of reason for this family to come outside.
Yeah, we made this an appropriate sitting space for sure. This is all stuff that's nice to touch, really appealing to your eye, but most importantly, fragrant. This one is called lemon balm. It's a great herb. You can actually cook with it too.
Oh man, that is
we
so
have everything
fragrant.
here is full of fragrance too. Another one we got here is dianthus with these great bright pink flowers. Super fragrant. Butterflies love them too, so that's just an extra cherry on top for these.
It is close, my friend.
Oh yeah.
They're right down the corner.
Sun's going down.
The sun's going down. Gather your crew. I'm gonna get our homeowners and I'll meet you over here.
Fantastic.
All right, buddy.
Let's do it.
This yard is officially
flipped.
Oh yeah. You look ridiculous. I love it. I always do a selfie right here. One, two. I can see you though.
I can see you.
All right, let's go show you your yard.
Okay.
Just kind of hold on to mom, and we're walking.
I'm really hoping they're gonna enjoy this.
Okay. Are you guys ready to see your yard?
Yeah!
Are you guys ready?
Yeah! I'm a ball of nerves. I'm very excited. I'm ready to cry.
1, 2, 3. Remove your glasses.
I love it.
Oh my goodness.
Before, this yard was an embarrassing eyesore for Leah and her family. 8 hours later, we transformed this front yard into a beautiful, Florida-friendly landscape. We removed their existing overgrown landscaping and replaced it with over 200 Florida-friendly plants and trees for a low-maintenance yard that will attract wildlife. We use sustainable Melaleuca mulch in all the beds for a finished look and to help retain moisture. Drip tube irrigation in the flower beds, along with a smart controller, will save water. Their new brick patio will give the Mraz family a place to spend time outside in their new yard. Additional features include sensory plants, stepping stones, a brick path from the front door to the yard, a bird feeder and bath to attract wildlife, a new mailbox, and oh yeah, don't forget, a sandbox for the kids to play in the sand. This new Florida-friendly landscape will bring a sense of pride and enjoyment to the Mraz family as they share the message of the Florida-friendly landscaping program and its importance to Florida's environment.
Oh, that is so cool. Oh, I love it. Thank you.
My little ones are always outside. And for them to be outside, there's no words to describe that feeling.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Your yard qualifies now for the Florida Friendly Silver level.
Thank you so much. That's awesome. We need this.
I'm so glad that she loves it.
I love this.
She does so much.
I can't get over it.
I'm so grateful. You better take so many pictures of birds while I'm at school tomorrow.
This is a yard that's inviting us outside. I mean, this just expanded the home. And that is something really special.
I really like how much work and how many people volunteered.
Thanks. Hope you're doing, guys.
Thank you.
Wyatt!
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
No problem.
I like sandbox.
She likes the sandbox.
I'm just happy. So thank you.
Now I have a beautiful yard to be proud of.
Flip my Florida yard! What a great flip. We transformed Leah's front old sandy yard into a beautiful Florida-friendly landscape that we know will bring enjoyment to her and her family for years to come. Well, that's our show. We hope you're inspired to help Florida's environment by starting in your own yard. And remember, everybody doing a little, well, that's a whole lot.
Welcome back to our beautiful flipped yard. So many pollinators like the bees, the dragonflies, butterflies. I get so many compliments from neighbors as they come by and they see me working in the yard. It's no longer an embarrassment to work in the front yard. It's actually a point of pride, which is amazing.
Flip My Florida Yard is brought to you by the Florida Department of Environmental Protection. Protecting Florida's environment starts with you. What you do in your yard can have an impact on the health of our environment and water resources.